Hello, welcome to Art Online with Chrysalis. My name is Jenny McConnell. Today we are doing the Great Ocean Road in Australia. The Great Ocean Road is a 243 kilometre long road stretching between Geelong and Portland. Did you know the Great Ocean Road is the world's largest war memorial? Returned soldiers from World War I laboured over this scenic route between 1919 and 1932. The road connected isolated communities back then. Dating back as early as 1846, this iconic location was once known as the Sow and Piglets. The biblical name, 12 Apostles, didn't emerge until sometime in the 20th century and may be a reflection of a time when people were more religiously inclined. So first of all, I'm going to do the outline of the rock formations down the right-hand side. This has got a perspective of getting further and further away, and therefore the rocks are looking smaller and smaller. These rock formations are the result of ongoing erosion. They're brought upon by the harsh climes of the Southern Ocean. So over the course of thousands of years, the crashing waves have managed to erode the soft limestone, forming caves within the cliffs, which later became arches. The arches collapsed in time, leaving rock stacks measuring up to 45 metres high. As a result of constant erosion, currently there are less than 10 that remain, so they're not really the 12 apostles anymore, but they still remain to be called the 12 apostles. So I'm coming in with a light yellow first, where all the sunlight hits the rocks. I always start with the lightest colours first, and making sure that I'm using quite a lot of water to dilute the pigment so that the pigment's not too dark. I can press using paper towel into lift colour, which I've demonstrated in previous videos of the seascapes and watercolour. I'm also coming in with the orange. You can see that very front rock is quite orange, so I'm going to be using a bit of orange there. I will be skipping ahead because watercolour takes me a lot longer than a drawing in pencil crayon, so please pause the video whenever you need to catch up. I'm going to get my coarse salt out now and pop it around the base of these mountains. I want to create some interesting texture for those rocks. Also putting diluted burnt umber around the base of these rocks. So here I'm adding quite a bit of salt around the edge of the ocean where the waves are crashing against the shore. You can see there's a lot of white in this particular picture, and I thought I'd give salt a go for that, but I realized a little bit later that the salt is quite messy. You can use a different technique called masking fluid, which you can buy at art stores. Masking fluid looks like glue, so you can pour it on, but it peels off really easily, unlike glue. Masking fluid would be really helpful here in this situation, but I don't have any. Again, it's just another expense. So I have the coarse salt, so I thought I would just try that. I'm coming in with some purples and blues for the ocean. You can see some shadows from the rocks in the ocean, so I will make sure that I put in those shadows a little bit later. Another thing you can do is use masking tape for areas that you would like to keep white. I used two pieces of masking tape or stuck them together, and then I cut them out as a cloud. Or you can do what I'm doing here and just kind of do a circle where you want the cloud to be, and then you color in those negative places around the cloud. So that's another way of keeping things white. So this picture I'm doing two techniques. I'm doing the coarse salt and I'm doing the cling wrap that you would have watched in part 1 and part 2. So I'm using both techniques for this particular painting. You can see all the lines in the rocks, and this is what happens with limestone. It's a very sedimentary rock. It can reveal a lot about the geological record of the structure through its layers. The limestone at Portland Campbell is dated between 15 to 20 million years. So these are really, really old rocks that have been formed and created over millions of years. I'm just diluting really soft blue here around the salt. I want to keep it as white as possible. This is just a time for you to play, so I am fast forwarding. You can see that I've added shadows now to the water where the rock formations are in the water. I just want you to have some fun. You can follow along or you can really just do your own thing. Don't forget to bring out your paper towel for dabbing and lifting colour where you need to. So when my painting's dry, completely dry, I'll wipe away all the salt. And here's a final look at my painting of the Great Ocean Road. So what was covered was layering colours, starting with lights going to darker. We used techniques for texture, like the coarse salt and the cling wrap, and we were doing light and dark contrast as well. I hope you enjoyed this art tutorial, and you'll come back and see us again soon. Bye for now.